Around 16 million Americans served in the military during World War II. When that war ended, memorials and museums were erected all across the country. But for years, there was no public recognition for one unit, and that unit, the 6888 Postal Battalion.
That battalion was made up of 855 black women, 19 of whom were from Maryland. And with the recent release of Tyler Perry's hit movie, The 6888, millions are now finally learning of their service. Denise Koch has the story of one of those Maryland women, Vivian Elsie Taylor, a story her daughter has been waiting a lifetime to get told.
When there is no mail, there is low morale. But all that said, this is our mission, and we will not fail.
Actress Kerry Washington playing the real-life Major Charity Adams, who led the only all-black U.S. Women's Army Corps unit sent overseas during World War II. At first, there was resistance to giving any role to black women.
The military didn't want them. But
how do we know that?
They said, we don't want you.
Well, there you go. But in 1944, the Army was persuaded these women could be useful. 855 signed up, among them Karen Taylor's mother.
That's her name, First Lieutenant Vivian Elsie Taylor. They were all educated women. They had to have at least high school education. And if you wanted to be an officer, you had to have more. So that's how my mother got to be an officer.
First Lieutenant Vivian Elsie Taylor and her sister, Karen's aunt Marion Elsie Wilson, were among the 19 Maryland women who enlisted and were sent first to England to solve what looked like an unsolvable problem.
This mail has been sitting here for over 10 months. The soldiers who are fighting this war have not heard from their loved ones. And their loved ones have not heard from them. And the morale of our soldiers is at an all-time low. And if our soldiers have low morale, they have no fight. Ladies, we have been ordered to provide hope and communication and care packages.
In just 90 days, the women of the 6888 sent out 17 million pieces of mail. Growing up on the Eastern Shore all her life, Karen remembers seeing the picture of her mom and her aunt in uniform, and her mom would tell her stories.
I remember hearing certain things all my life, and then she would pull papers out and said, look and see if you see my name.
Were you proud of that?
Oh yes, I was proud of it.
When her mother died at the age of 79 with military honors, Karen realized she and all the women of the 6888 needed recognition. And she began calling and writing and lobbying.
Military, political, relatives. I've spoken to so many people, and I couldn't get anyone to listen. Or people say, I'll call you back. Yeah, that's nice. But once it came out in the movie, it made it. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Tyler Perry, wherever you are.
Battalion, forward march!
Karen believes Tyler Perry's film has finally done for her mother and all the women of the 6888 what she has been trying to do for decades. Do you feel it's bittersweet that she did not live to see this movie?
Just right, just!
This moment in time when people now understand the magnitude of their service?
Yes, I would have loved, instead of me being here, her to be here to explain all this to you. I would have loved that.
And you've made it a mission, haven't you?
Yes, this has been my mission, to get my mother and her sister, Aunt Marion, honored and recognized. They were Marylanders who fought for the United States, who disregarded them in so many ways.
Karen says everywhere she goes these days, she stops even strangers and tells them about the movie and about her mother and her aunt and the actions they took to help the U.S. win the war.
I know people get mad. I'm like, I don't care. I'm telling the story. This is about my mother, Lieutenant Vivian Elsie Taylor.
Now, in March 2022, the 6888 became the only women's military unit to receive the nation's highest civilian honor, the Congressional Gold Medal. And in 2023, Governor Moore declared March the 9th 6888 Day. And when he made that designation, Karen was there and got to see that honor she's been waiting for her whole life.
Karen was able to give her mother recognition. Oh.
And there's no doubt her mom is smiling down, I'd say. So bittersweet for sure, but finally getting the recognition they deserve. And they don't win that war without their work and what they do.
And the mail. And tomorrow I'll introduce you to the military historian who actually turned Tyler Perry onto this story.
Oh, wow.
Got the movie made.
It's a great piece.
Now I'm sure people are going to be watching the movie if they haven't already. Denise, thank you.